Hello, everybody. I'm so very sorry. We could not get it past letting me get it on the screen whatsoever. So I hope that I am here and I am live, and I apologize for having technical difficulty. Thank you for sticking with me, for those of you that are going to come back and find me. Have a little patience with me. I'm very new to YouTube, and I will be able to see your comments a little bit. I'm by myself here today, so let me just make sure I got everything lined up where I can see you. Yay, I can see everybody commenting. Hello, everybody. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulty, but we got it all worked out, and today I'm going to create a mixed media gear album with you, and it is one of our products here at A Vintage Girl, and I'm going to go through from beginning to end and create one. So I'm going to get started since we were late getting this thing going. So I want to make sure that we have enough time to make the album. And I wanted to let everybody know that my daughter is online as well, watching. Some of you know that her and I have built a division of A Vintage Girl called A Vintage Girl and Her Daughter, and we do vintage themed planner stickers. So we've launched those a week ago. And I have those in the shop, and I'll share that information here in a bit. First, I want to get crafting first. Hi, Christy and Megan and Arian. I can just barely see your chat, so bear with me because it's so far away. So let's get started with the Vintage Girl Mixed Media album. And what that is the first piece is a die cut. We got a corrugated and then heavy chipboard and corrugated. 5 sheets. Then when you're done, that has metal rings for it. We're going to start with the front, and we're going to use Glimmer Mist because chipboard loves Glimmer Mist. And I just want to make it a brown and gold. Can everybody see? I can come in a little bit. Get closer. Just holler. Want to make sure everybody's seeing me. Okay, I'm just going to keep rolling. I'm going to use some Glimmer Mist. This one is golden orange, one of my most favorite. I'm just going to spray over the top. It really isn't going to make a huge change from the chipboard. It's just going to give it a brighter look to it. Put a little brown. Just want to make it a little darker. See if I can use some of this deep orange. Some paper towels and see where we're at. I just take paper towels and just wipe over the top of it. We don't have to worry about the back because we're going to be doing something special on that. I know it's going to be hard to see on here, but you can see all the glimmer, which is going to give us a little bit of a darker look against this. Okay, try it just a little bit because we will be gluing on the top of it. How is everybody today? You've been hopping around to everybody? I've been watching it this morning myself. It's been a lot of fun. Everybody here? See you. Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so we Glimmer Mist the top of it. We're going to use the Hometown and Maine paper from A Vintage Girl, which is my new paper line. And what it is photographs of my hometown and 2 other cities that I have visited for various reasons that I really love. Most people know that I love Virginia City, Nevada, so I would say 80% of the paper is from there. I do have some sheets here that are from my hometown in Grants Pass, Oregon. This is one of them. And then the other are from Savage Mill, Maryland. This paper was built specifically for the reason of why I'm showing you how to do this album. It gives you backgrounds, because I know a lot of people are a little hesitant or timid in making a what's called a mixed media background. So taking a stencil and some modeling paste and making bricks. Well, I have created background papers that are already brick, and so that you can instantly just create a mixed media page without all the fuss and muss of the other if it's something that doesn't do anything for you. So like this is a brick sheet. So you cut that up, put that in the back of a scrapbook album or a page, and you instantly have quote unquote a mixed media page. In that paper collection, you get a 12 by 12 sheet of canvas that has the organ journal, and this is a cut down version because we're doing an 8 by 8, so I've pre-cut everything. But this is actually from the 1930s, and it was printed onto the canvas. I have this actual newspaper in my possession. I thought it was pretty cool to, number one, have something like canvas mixed media in it, because in addition to that, the very bottom of the pad is corrugated cardboard instead of chipboard, and it's got printed material on it as well. I'll show you that here in a little bit. We wanted to use it all. So using my go-to Fabri-Tac. So again, I've glimmer misted the front, I've let it dry. I'm going to Fabri-Tac around the edges of the cover. Get good coverage on it. Do the gears as well, anywhere that will be touching the canvas. Here, there, and everywhere. Then we're going to do this pre-cut 8 by 8 canvas that I did right on the back of that. I cut it over a little bit, and I usually do that, and I did it on my other pages as well, just because I'd rather trim a little bit than not have it, because the 8 by 8 albums are not exactly 8 by 8. It's almost impossible to cut them perfectly with a laser, because these are all laser cut. So I'm just going to trim extra canvas off of here. Yeah, my hands are work today. There's also another little trick of why I cut my papers a little longer too that I'll show you here when we start doing the paper. I can't see my chat. I'm sorry guys, I can't see your chat. Let me get out of here and see if I can grab another one here. Give me just a quick moment. Yay, I got it. Okay. So what I've done is that canvas, that I cut that 8 by 8 canvas, and I just Fabri-Tac'd it down to the front cover and made that my background. Do the see-through part. We'll just throw that one aside, because the next page would typically be a corrugated cardboard, and that's so that it shows through the opening of the front, so you have some texture. But I've covered that, so I'm not worried about that having texture. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my book and use the next hard chipboard. And it comes with one white. You can flip it over and it can just be craft. It doesn't matter. You can do it either way. So we're going to put down the first page. I'm going to use Beacon Adhesive Zip Dry. Everybody knows or should know that I've been with Beacon for 9 years. I'm very, very lucky to have them sponsor nearly everything I do. Amazing company. I'm just going to cover the back. And again, I pre-cut these for today. So they're just a little bit bigger than 8 by 8. And I'm going to let them, when I turn it over, I'm going to have it go off the edges on both sides on purpose. Why are we getting fuzzy here? Sorry. Sorry, guys. trying to get it so it's not fuzzy for you. All right. And that's because I take scissors and I come back to the edges and rough them up. It's nice to have that little bit of extra paper so that you're not taking paper off the main side, but you still got that distressed look in the corner. And this is how I distress everything. I don't have a distress tool, never have used one. I have them in my little bag, but I've never used it. I've always just used scissors. I'll do both edges of that one. And again on this edge. This one I didn't have much overhang, so not quite as distressed. You can see I've distressed the edges. And it gives a really great distress when I go to ink it. It just picks up the ink tremendously. It's wonderful. And that might be the only thing I don't have on my table. Okay, so the next page is going to be the corrugated. We're not doing anything with that yet. I'm just going to put it aside. And, oh, actually, I take that back. We have the back side of the first page. I apologize. I always forget the back side of album pages. I can't possibly be the only one. Alright, so we're just going to glue this one up again with the zip dry. Doesn't need a ton, it's just paper to paper. Zip dry will hold it. Distress those edges again. Scissors make quick work of that. Now you're distressed on both sides. Nice big distressing. Yeah. Alright. Make a nice big paper mess. When I'm at crops, it's always a joke that we know where candy's sitting, wherever all the little paper shreds are, because of all the distressing I do. We're going to move on. We're going to go past that corrugated that I said before. Then we're going to move on to the next page. This is the Grants Pass page. It was a lot of fun to make this paper collection. It actually happened by accident. None of these pictures were taken purposely for the paper collection. When I travel, I like to take pictures of textures to literally just print out and use in my art. So again, like literally none of these pictures were taken for the purpose of this collection. And I'm working on a line of Glimmer Mist with Canvas Corp. We're discussing colors, and I had the I had this page. I had this picture, I should say. Now, know that this paper is muted, so the actual image is much, much brighter than this. So I sent this in because it had all the reds and the greens and the colors that I was wanting done with the Glimmer Mist. And Christine was like, wow, this would make some pretty good paper. Do you mind if I run it and see what it looks like? Of course, I said yes, and she did. And when we saw it, it was like, wow. She asked if I had any other pictures, and I said, yeah. I really didn't have a ton, but... And then I had to run around Grants Pass and take a couple pictures for the spots that I still had. So it was kind of funny that it happened pretty much as a happy accident. So it's my hometown and a couple main street places. Now the Savage Mill in Maryland, those pictures from there are from where I was at when I did my large paper, full-size paper dress form. It was in this beautiful old industrial mill. It was amazing. Okay, so that's that side. I'm going to flip this over. And what we're going to do on this one, just to give a little heads up, we want these to line up. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. When I made these papers, these are two totally different doors in Virginia City, Nevada. And I made sure that when we brought them across to print them, that they would line up at 12 by 12. So when I cut them down, I line them up again so that I can have that same effect. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it the right way. And Anna, you lived in Grants Pass when you were a kid. Awesome. I've been here 18 years. We're probably going to be moving out of the area by the end of the year, though. So let's get this one done. I'm so glad I can see you guys finally. Yay. All right. Get some more in here. Try not to be too rushed, but I still want to get it done. All right. So let's make sure we put that on the right way. I'll do this one real quick before I distress it. So it has a chance to dry and adhere. All right, so let's line these ones up. I know a lot of people ask for wood textures, and so many times you see them, they're not actual photographs, they're computer generated. This is the real deal. There's no filters. This is straight from literally my phone camera. And the detail is just amazing on it. You can see all the old nails, the old staple holes. This is real hardware from the late 1800s. Virginia City still has almost all its original sidewalks from the late 1800s. It's my favorite place. I might get to go in a week. Next weekend, maybe. I'm open. Alright, let's keep distressing this. A little too much on one side. Alright. A little too much overhang to distress there. Alright. How many of you distress with just scissors? Alright, so now we've got the two of them together. Woohoo! Now we get the back side of this one. We're going to put the brick there. Oh, we had one more piece. Let's make sure I'm doing this right. So we got corrugated. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Corrugated. Just going through the book. See what I'm missing here. All right. Have to trim this one a little bit too. It is beautiful and sunny and warm. It's warmer outside than it is in my house right now. And about 5 minutes before I went live, the neighbor kids came over because their ball went in our backyard. That was excellent timing. All right. Let's get... All right. This is the last main page here. Alright, so let's just go through this real quick. I'll turn it around. Oh, it comes out right on the video. Okay. So we have the front. I just glimmer misted that with the canvas in the back. We have corrugated cardboard. Then we have the Comstock. That's Virginia City, and Grants Pass. Virginia City, we got the two wood. Looks like it's hinged together. And one of my favorites, the brick in the back. Okay, so we got the main pages of the book. I'm going to put that aside because I'm going to show you our other product, which is the gear set. Now these products were made to be completely standalone. Certainly you can take these gears and do whatever you want and use them on something else, but they were made also to go with the album. This cluster I'm taking out here is the exact same cluster that's on the front of the gear album. And this is how most of our products are made. They're made to be standalone and or to work with an album. And then the embellishments all kind of work together as well. Let's get it up there. Hold on. So, like I said, this cluster is an exact replica of the cluster that's on the front here. So now what we will do, okay, I can't be missing Pop Dots because they literally have our foam squares, because I literally have them in my purse at all times. So Scrapbook Adhesives, also another company that sponsors me. I'm a brand ambassador for, very proud to be, and I think I've been with them in various different ways for probably a good 8 years as well. They used to sponsor my magazine. So we're going to cut these down, make some smaller versions. Actually, you know what? I want to, before I put that on there, sorry, it's Saturday. I honestly thought this was supposed to be Sunday, so I had to scramble a little bit. What do I want to do with the gears on top? Should I paint them, I wonder, or should I just do Glimmer Mist? Let's do, well, I want it to match a little bit, so I'm going to kind of do the same thing I did on the other one with the Tuscan Sun and the cardboard, just to give it that real dark, excuse me, that real dark look compared to the regular natural chipboard. But I'm going to take some blue this time. Chalkboard, and this is Peacock. See if I can give it a little bit different look. I'll let that soak in a little bit, and you can see the blue. Want some more of that. I like that. And almost give it a rusted look. I'm not even going to use the paper towel to wipe off any on the top because I like it, but I am going to dry it because it is pretty wet. For anybody that's interested in the Vintage Girl products, the shop is avintagegirlshop.com. Shameless plug, sorry. It's been 10 years in the making. I did make this gear album in the printer's tray 6 years ago, and just recently got it back and decided to launch the rest of it. I decided just not to wait anymore and to do what I've been dreaming of doing for a long time. So this is going to go on top. You can see that there's quite a bit of color difference, which is great. We want that. Now I'm going to take those foam squares, Scrapbook Adhesives foam squares, and put them around. And you'll want to be generous with it because you want this to last. One of the biggest things that I used to do in my big classes is throw the album all the way to the back of the class and show people how important it is to spend money on your adhesive. It's like the foundation of your home. And that's the reason why I partner with the adhesive companies that I do, and I'm brand loyal, and because their products are amazing. And if it wasn't for them, that, you know, my projects wouldn't still be standing. Everything I've ever made with these particular adhesives is still just fine. All right, so we want to make sure we cover. You'll have to cut and make some small, little small pieces, and you just slice them. Just go along and slice little thin versions. Cut them in thirds. Looks good for around the gear. Just get all the backs off of it. That should be plenty. So you can paint this. Often I'll paint this black because it's gears. It'll give it a great look. We'll put it right on top. And now it's going to have, there's your 2-dimension. So these albums with this product will make this a 3-dimensional album. Because now, in that gear set, we have each of these gears here individually. Now these ones, we're going to paint real quick. So I'm going to throw these out here. Getting to be an expert at taking chipboard pieces out, since I own a chipboard company now. So we'll take all those little pieces, and then you still have this for a stencil. I've had a lot of people use that. Tell me they use it as a stencil. So let's quickly put paper towel down. These down. We are also going to, while we're painting, might as well do it all. Excuse me. One of the chipboard dress forms. We're going to use Tattered Angels Decor and DIY paints. And just kind of quickly paint these black. Now this dress form has little etched details on it, and even when you paint it, that etched detail still comes out once it dries. It's kind of cool. This is actually the dress form that is from my logo. And we made it into a chipboard piece, and we are in the process of making miniature versions, and those are being sent out with all orders. You can't buy them. You can only get them when you order. So we'll make it an exclusive piece. But you can get these big ones in chipboard, and we have Baltic wood also. All right, let's go ahead and... Thank you, Peggy. You're awesome. Oh, I'm running out of time. I'm trying to hurry. I think an hour is going to be a long time, but, you know, I lost 10 minutes. I needed that 10 minutes. All right, so let's just try to hurry and get these done. These are still the same gear set and gear album layout as I did 6 years ago. The printer's tray, the album itself is the same, but we have an all-new 47-piece trinket set. And those have doors and windows that fit in the cutouts, the die cut, or the laser cut areas. And the doors have etched details on them. And each one of those large embellishment sets have a wood element. So the trinket set has wood dice. And then the vintage dress-up set, which I only have a piece of right now. I don't have the wood dress form in it, but it's got the chipboard dresses. But right here, when you buy it, would be the Baltic wood dress form. So we tried to do something a little different. I figured if I was going to do it, I wanted to do it in a unique way. All right, so I think we're good on those. Those a little bit. Oop. I got a straggler. Let's get that one in there. All right. Is your list getting really long for your wish list? I'd imagine. I was watching the girls earlier today, and I'll continue watching throughout the weekend, and I'll be doing the same thing. Hi, Genevieve Designs. What I design is chipboard albums and embellishments. I also have a canvas line that is totes, pillow covers, and apron, which I only have the pillow cover with me. Oh, I forgot the tote. Just real fast, I'll throw it out there. So this is a pillow cover, 16 by 16. It's a Vintage Girl at Heart. It's not my logo. It's literally the words of Vintage Girl at Heart. A lot of people make that mistake. Nope, that's the only one I have. I don't have the tote on me today. I wasn't here to completely plug my store. I really was here to kind of show you what we can do with this paper and these goodies. So we're pretty dry here. Put a lid on that because I have a habit of spilling anything that I open. Hi Cheryl, hi Barbara, Deanna, Deb. All right, so we've got those. I'm going to put those aside. Oh, they're still a little wet. Still a little too wet. Let me get these dry. We're going to need pop dots as well. I'm just going to get a clean paper towel because I'm going to use Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, just the Glimmer Mist itself. It's got a little white in it. It'll just enhance. See where it brings it up a little bit. I am going to use a second towel to take some of that off. I really just want the glimmer on it. A little bit of white. Just so they're not stark black. I didn't do it to dress form because I don't want it on there. So I'm going to cut some more small foam squares. I'm literally going to take these off of there. These are black foam squares, so I don't worry about them on the back of these. I just use the big ones across the holes because it's going to just have a black background anyway. That's plenty to hold that big one. So here's the album. I'm just going to, actually I'm going to double them up. I'm going to put two. Make it very dimensional. All the years I've been crafting, when I used to scrapbook, I've never made a scrapbook layout that fits in a scrapbook. All my kids' pictures and everything that I've scrapped are all in plastic bins because I don't know how to scrap or create without dimension. So I would cut multiple papers and foam square in between. So most of my stuff is very dimensional. I'll just give the boxes to the kids when it's time. They can do what they want. So I'm just adding these, doubling up the foam squares. And this one here down on the bottom, you want to be careful because if you put the black in the middle, you're going to lose that center. You're going to lose that because you can see all the way through to the canvas on that one. So that one you're going to want to take your little, get your little strips of foam square and put around. You don't need much, it'll hold. I'm going to do 2 layers. So I've got to kind of match them up size-wise. Alright, almost there. But I did want to show you how to use these products. Because like I said, they're standalone and they go together. Alright, let's get this. Sorry, move that down. Alright. That one goes there. Where the itty bitty ones? There we go. Right. Choose this one. So before we run out of time, I do want to show you. Alright, so let's put this book together so we can see what it looks like. Oh, we got one more. One more. All right. So you can see the dimension. It's actually 3-dimensional, and you can go higher. So the second one you could have done doubled up, and then you could triple, double, and triple some of the different gears and make them higher than the others. I did that with one of them. So there's the first page. If we open it up, we have the corrugated. what we have for that is a couple of things I want to show you that are brand new. They're not even in the shop yet, so you get to see them here. Is our new window. Oh, you can see it. Window with the bricks built in. So I want to paint and put that one here on the corrugated cardboard. We also have our choice. We have that, and then we have these three-dimensional doors. They'll come in multiple pieces. This is them all put together. It's got the doorknobs, it's got the door knocker, it's completely etched, and that's double pieces there. So it's thick because it's two pieces, but they are doors. We created these specifically for doing journals, and the fronts of albums would be amazing for those. We have an architecture line that's coming out, and here is a little sneak of, gotta find the right way. So there's another set of windows, and I like them in half because it would be amazing to make them so you can open them. And the reason why is because in addition to that, we have built several other things, including a little small set that looks like, basically they're like screw heads and nuts, and so you can get that industrial look. But in addition to that, real quick, we have the new wing sets, and the new wing sets have hinges. Look at those hinges. You can totally use those on those architecture pieces. These are the new wing sets that are coming out. You can use those easily on a dress form, on the wood or the chipboard, and use that on something else. Or they could be used on the paper mache dress forms like what I do, and that's kind of where they're born from. This particular set is my logo. So logo wings. So if you take that and you take that, you have a vintage girl. You have wings, bigger versions of those screws and nuts and stuff. So I just wanted to show you that real fast. The other ones I have to show you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Can't wait till we have these in the store. So dragonfly wings, those were made for my bestie Cheryl. So dragonfly wings, and then we have little itty bitty tiny fairy wings. These also have a hard piece, a solid piece that they could either be together or not. Solid piece is completely etched with that same line as this. Of course, I have both of those. So you have that. And then last but not least in this, we have the window with the shutters. Two separate pieces so that you can make it dimensional. Do whatever you want with it. So again, we're coming out with all those things, having fun. Let's get back to the album. Let's just roll through it real fast. So we got the front, corrugated, then we're going to put the brick and window on. We got paper, corrugated again, paper, paper. So easy peasy. Now you have backgrounds. And I have my alphabet set, which is my most favorite font in the world. And it's the same font that a vintage girl is done into. It's Bernard. Let's see, what do we want to call this? Let's do My Travels, and we'll put some pictures of these places that I've gone. So MY. And honestly, the best thing to do with letters and chipboard instead of painting them is to use a Sharpie. Honestly. This alpha set, I'm pretty proud of because it comes with 3 complete alphabets, plus the extra letters, plus two numbers, and all of your, of course, your punctuation. So I'm really giving you a lot of bang for your buck. It's only $9.99 for this entire set of 3 complete, yeah, brain's not working. 3 complete alphabets. Alright, so now I need another one. I don't have enough R's. So I keep using these. So let's do another R. T-R-A-V. These are cut really well, so they're easy to get out. V. E. L. Just need an S. Lots of S's. Alright. So I've got my travels. Hang tight. Gotta find a Sharpie. I'm going to use a brown Sharpie. So again, like I said, in chipboard, especially with letters, you can take any color Sharpie and you'll get that nice color. But it's so much easier than painting. It's quick and easy. The Sharpie soaks into the chipboard. Looks great. Alright guys, we've got 10 minutes. We're also going to have a winner. You get to pick $25 in product off the website. Is my daughter still online? Miss Chelsea? Because if she is, I'd like her to start looking to randomly choose a winner. Hi, Trudy. Peggy, you're going to love the stickers. They're so much fun. You know, there's some cutesy stuff and probably not exactly 100% vintage, but it has a vintage look or theme to it, like the vintage campers. Everything's done in watercolor, the images. So it kind of really gives it that look. But we want to make sure that we cover a lot of different things. We have, oh my gosh, my girl is just upgraded and bought another expensive cutter so that we can get cracking on some of this new stuff. We're going to have a vintage Alice in Wonderland fairy tale, vintage fairy tale. And we're going to have the larger sets, not just the 4x6. We'll have the, you know, larger 7 by 10.5, whatever it comes out to. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the cutter. And we'll also have sets that have appointments and dates and reminders and all that as well. We've just been so overwhelmed and busy with what we've already launched, so which we absolutely appreciate. Thank you. But I'm keeping my girl busy. Alright, so my travels quickly. Okay, let's use the zip dry. Don't need much because the whole letter isn't even going to go on there. Oh, you know what? I'm doing this the wrong way. I always go backwards with my letters just to make sure that I have enough room. Travels. Hell. I'm having to think now to do the word backwards. Travels. Come on, get up there. My travels. Well, I hope everybody's been having fun. Thank you to Tiffany for putting this on. She made me get out of my comfort zone and get on here and talk to everybody because I am new to all this. Hope to do it some more. Thank you everybody for coming too. This album is very versatile. You can go so many different ways with it. You know, it's not just steampunk. Obviously my style is vintage steampunk. But you can, you know, just do manly. So now I got my travels. So now I have some wording on there. Let that dry. And then I did that dress form earlier. So when I finish the album, we're not going to have time, but when I finish it, that can very easily come over here or go on the inside of the canvas. I think that's a great place for it. Let's use the Fabri-Tac for that. Since we're not likely to put a picture there anyway, that would be a good place. You want to think about picture placement too. I'm using the corrugated cardboard pieces, just kind of go wild. So I'm going to Sharpie this with some red and make a brick and then make the black in the window part of it. So then we have the other pages, obviously. We have some of the new products where we could put the window. Look at that. That's what all these products are made for, so that you can just put them together and boom, have a great page. It's dimensional, it's mixed media. We have lots of little leftovers from cutting down the paper. I could easily put, you know, some canvas. The back side of this, just up and down. I can make pockets. I've got great pieces, you know, that can make great pockets to tuck things in. Let's see what else we got here. I use a lot of, so I've got a lot of this upholstery that I get from a lady here locally, and they're her samples when she can't sell it anymore. Some of this stuff is a couple $100s a yard, so it's amazing, and I'll get them in pretty big sheets once in a while. But definitely this upholstery works great on the mixed media albums. Let me show you. I think I have. I can show you real quick. We got just a couple minutes here. Let me show you the brand new album. It's the Dress Form album. Hopefully you can see it through here. So it has the signature dress form. Let me go out. Sorry guys, trying to go out a little bit. So you got gears here. You got multiple pieces in here. This is an edge. This is laser cut on the edge. That's a full sheet behind it, or it's on a full sheet, and then a full sheet behind it, and that's the dress form album. That comes with 4 rings because it's pretty thick when you start putting things in it. We have the pipes, the large pipes, and then I have the little tiny pipes, and then the brick, which is kind of what launched a lot of this thought process of doing mixed media backgrounds for people. But you can take this, these are open, so you can use it as stencil, but then you have the ones that are closed bricks or solid bricks, so that you can put it on a page and then use your modeling paste like you would the mortar, which I'm going to do a video on that soon, which is an amazing concept. And then this is the infamous printer's tray, and I do not have a full, I feel bad, because I'm at home and not at the store, so I didn't have everything. Darn it, the full trinkets that goes with it, but here's some, you can see there's 47 pieces in that, and those are all built to fit in here by size, and then some are bigger, some are smaller. But it's definitely my most favorite album. Printer's tray, the old letterpress trays that people have been doing, or it's been around for years, and I collect them. I probably have 30 of them in storage. Someday I'll do tables and end tables and a wall with them. That's what I'm hoping to do. So Chelsea, I'd asked earlier if you were around, because we need Chelsea to pick a winner. Randomly choose a winner. So could you do that, baby girl? And just type it in here. She's gonna pick, she said she's gonna pick a winner in 3 minutes. That was a little bit ago. Let's see. So again, here's the front. We're just waiting for a winner to be announced. Need the little rings on it. Thank you everybody for coming and being a part of this wonderful live event. Thank you to Tiffany for putting it on. It was a heck of a lot of work. And it's still a lot of work. So make sure that you go visit everybody else over the weekend, because we sure have had fun putting it together. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. You guys are very kind. I really do very much appreciate it. My daughter and I do. Hey, daughter, where are you? I want you to pick a winner for me. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Deb and Susan. Tracy Schultz is the winner. Yay. Tracy, PM me, or I'll find you, and I'll get you what you need to pick out your $25 worth of product. And you get to pick anything, even the planner stickers, anything that you want. Thank you, Megan. I so appreciate it. I can't wait to see what everybody does with these when they get them. I have a lot of people that have them in their hot little hands working on it, and it just fills my heart when I see things made with my stuff. It makes me cry. So thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Cheryl. So I am out, and you guys are on to the next person.